Bruce, and we are back, Jack, here on a Saturday night special. Can't get better than that. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Hope you guys are tuning in. We got a great lineup tonight, believe it or not. Back to the Future Part 2, one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Nobody can argue with that. It's just that great of a film. All three films are great, but you know what I mean, Part 2 is just unbelievable. Of course, also tonight we got a great performance music video by Marsfield and Friends right here tonight. And also, happy birthday, buddy. Stacey Marsfield's birthday was a few days ago, so I just want to wish him a happy birthday, man. But yeah, we usually do our shows on Monday night, but tonight I decided, you know what, we're going to do it on Saturday night, change things up, keep things fresh, if you know what I mean. I'm going to put this down. But yeah, like I said, we got a great show for you tonight, so you don't want to go anywhere. Real quick, I want to show you guys a clip of the last time Marsfield and Friends performed on the show. Those guys are the real deal. No doubt about it. I mean, these guys are the real deal. I appreciate you guys for being on last time. And tonight you guys are going to be on for the Back to the Future, pretty much Part 2. It's going to be like a celebration of Back to the Future tonight because they're going to perform Power of Love right here tonight. A cover of one of the Back to the Future songs. So look forward to that. These guys are the real deal. And also, we got tons of news to get to. So we're going to get right to it. All right. 1.21 gigawatts. Oh yeah. Tonight, Back to the Future. Also, in the main news going on right now, we got Tiger Woods, believe it or not. The world's famous golfer was injured in a car accident. You know, it was one car accident. It was his car. He flipped the car multiple times, broke his leg, shattered his ankle into 5 pieces, needed a metal rod to go into the ankle and stuff like that, the actual leg. And then one thing led to another. The recovery time could be anywhere from 6 months to a year, maybe more. But this guy, who's known for walking on the field, you know, and playing golf, it's going to be hard to get back to that. They're saying that he might not be able to get 100% recovery after this. You know, there's a possibility he might because of how many broken bones he suffered in that car accident. And actually, supposedly they used the jaws of life, you know, to take him out of the car because it was so mangled inside. He was still protected, you know, he was alert and stuff like that, but it was so mangled inside that they had to take it off his leg. You know, the car was attached to his leg. It was a long story, but it was pretty crazy. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery, and hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, so that's a little bit of the news for Tiger Woods in golf. But right now I want to talk about cancel culture. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know about it. Cancel culture is a new thing that everybody's trying to cancel things that they don't agree with, especially the millennials, the people that were born after the year 2000. Yes, these are the young ones, the young guns that think, oh, they know what's going on, they know more than we do. You know, the people that are from back in the day. I'm from the 80s. Let me tell you something. They want to cancel Grease. Leave it alone, okay? They want to cancel it because it's the way they treat women in the movie, the way they, it looks rapey and this and that. I'm just quoting an article that I read. But you know what? Leave it alone. Give it a break. You know what I mean? You want to cancel every single thing. First off, you can't cancel a film. It's always going to be there, okay? There's copies everywhere, all over the world. You know, and you got to cancel stuff that's going to put people in danger. You know what I mean? Like, cancel, you know what I mean? Like, cancel stuff that's going to do harm to people. But this is a movie. This was made specifically for the cinemas for other people's enjoyment. And it's done good. It's a cult classic, Grease, Part 1 and 2. So don't go around trying to cancel films and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. And I'm not in favor of it. So, yeah, this whole culture thing is, cancel culture, whatever you want to call it, it's ridiculous. It's getting out of control. Also, I want to talk about this situation with Congresswoman Marie Newman and also Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to show you guys the video and then we'll get to it right now. Okay, so on one hand you got Congresswoman Marie Newman, who is putting up a flag in support of transgender people, right? Also in support of her daughter, who's transgender. Now, you got Marjorie Taylor Greene, a no-good SOB. Let me tell you why. She puts up this big sign on the wall, in spite, saying male and female. There's only two genders. And also something about science, right? That's science. So let me tell you something. She doesn't know her ass from her elbow, okay? Because I'm going to tell you straight up. Nobody has the right to tell anybody how to live or what to do with their lives. That's just the bottom line, right? Now this lady was doing something nice, Marie Newman, she's doing something for the transgender community. And what people don't realize is that the suicide rates are at an all-time high. People are killing themselves because they can't come out and be who they want to be when they want to be it. And it's a shame. It's really a shame because, no matter what we think of other people, whether we disagree with somebody or this and that, you have no right to tell them how to live their lives. Okay, that's just the honest truth. Millions of people have different views on stuff, but keep your mouth shut. She's very outspoken, this and that. She doesn't give a crap about nobody. Marjorie, of course, I'm talking about. And like I said, she's what they call these days another Karen. She's just out there to spread hate. Hate, hate, hate. And like I said before, nobody has a right to tell you who you can be or when you can be it. If you want to be gay, go be gay. You want to be transgender, go be transgender. That's it. That's it. That's the way it's got to be, and that's the way it's always going to be. They just passed a few days ago the Equality Act. Congratulations on that. Because you know what? It's about time. It's about time they do that so we can, remove the hate and bring in more positivity in this world. Because that's what we need right now. You know what I mean? We need to let people be who they want to be. And that's it. Let it go. It's not that big of a deal. I want to talk a little bit about this minimum wage situation. Now let me tell you something. They want to raise the bar to $15 an hour from the $7.25 that it's been for the last decade. Listen, do it. There's a lot of hard-working Americans out there that need that $15. It's going to be $15 by 2025. So you got 4 years of building it up. But at the same time, yes, prices are going to go up. Gas is going to go up. Milk is going to go up. Groceries in general is going to go up. But at the same time, it's going to help out a lot of hard-working families, people that are actually going out and actually busting their ass day in and day out, especially in the last year during this COVID. I mean, why not help out the families in need? You know what I mean? You're going to send out a stimulus check. Good. But you guys take your sweet-ass time sending out a stimulus check. I mean, it's the honest truth. You guys are bickering back and forth. Well, this shouldn't be in the bill. Well, this shouldn't be in the bill. Enough. Stop acting like children and send out the money to the businesses that need it. Send it to the people, the hardworking Americans that need it. And enough already, okay? Especially the people that are dealing with this bill are billionaires. Okay, so that's a little insane by itself. But it is what it is. I just want to give a little bit of the outside news for a second before I get to the actual movie and TV news. And believe it or not, as I change the subject, big TV show news right now, Frasier is finally coming back. I am happy. I'm a huge Frasier fan. I watch Frasier all the time. That show and The Honeymooners are just my top favorite shows of all time. I mean, the reason I love them so much is because I can connect with it. You know what I mean? Connect with the characters. So it's just, with Frasier coming back, unfortunately, John Mahoney, who plays the dad Martin, passed away a couple years ago, so he's not coming back. But, you got the brother, David Hyde Pierce. You got Kelsey Grammer, Frasier. And that's all you really need. Also, you got Roz, Perry Gilpin. So, all you really need is the main two brothers in the show. Anyway, that's going to be the whole show. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be on Paramount TV, this new streaming service. So look forward to that. It's going to be pretty badass. I'm 100% behind it. I can't wait for it. Spider-Man, of course, the new Spider-Man's coming out. I think it's the third Spider-Man that's going to come out around Christmas time. It's called Spider-Man No Way Home. That's exactly the title that's being released right now. And believe it or not, it should be pretty interesting, you know, because there's still rumors that Tobey Maguire might return as Spider-Man, you know, so there's a lot of rumors going around about this film, and all I can say right now is that I'm 100% behind it. The guy, what's his name, Tom Holland, he denied the rumors that Tobey Maguire or any other characters in the past were coming back. But let me just say one thing. If he does come back, it ain't going to do any harm. It's going to actually help the project move forward for the future. Right now, Tom Holland's contract is up after this film, this third film, so who knows if he's coming back for future Spider-Mans. But when asked if he's willing to come back, he said he'll do another 10 if they asked him to. So, you know, I mean, that's pretty cool. You know, but yeah, for those Spider-Man fans out there. Also, Ryan Gosling. You know, Ryan Gosling, he's coming out in a new movie called The Actor. He's currently working on it. It's about a man about an actor from back in the 50s who loses his memory when he gets beat down by a bunch of thugs. So the whole movie is pretty much about him trying to regain his memory, remember who he was. Once again, starring Ryan Gosling, The Actor. It's coming out, I'm not sure when, but they're currently working on it right now. Just wanted to let you guys know what's happening there. Also, you guys remember that show Drake and Josh? Drake and Josh, yes, it was on like Nickelodeon. I watched it. Well, Josh Peck is actually remaking, well, not really remaking, it's kind of like a sequel, but it's a TV series, Turner and Hooch, believe it or not, made famous by Tom Hanks back in the day. So Josh Peck is going to play Turner in the movie, and of course, believe it or not, Tom Hanks' character might appear in the movie because he's going to play the son. Josh Peck is playing the son of Tom Hanks, so you know, who knows if Tom Hanks is going to make an appearance on TV. It would be pretty cool. You know, Tom Hanks is still got it. He's still one of the greatest out there. So, hey, to give this show a boost, you might want to make a cameo appearance. Also, believe it or not, the Mighty Ducks are back. Yes, the Mighty Ducks getting a TV series with the one and only Emilio Estevez.
I was like, Emilio!
You heard him. Emilio! So that's going to be pretty cool. Mighty Ducks, a classic 90s film, part 1, part 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many Mighty Ducks there was, but yeah, it's pretty cool news. Also, The Running Man, the one from back in the day where Arnold Schwarzenegger is getting a remake, so The Running Man is getting a sequel. So that's going to be pretty cool. Not a sequel per se, but like a, you know, it's going to be like a remake. But hey, maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger might come back for that. There's rumors that he's going to be doing Twins with Danny DeVito and Eddie Murphy. I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, it's pretty interesting stuff. Also, believe it or not, they're doing an Ace Ventura 3. Ace Ventura 3 has been confirmed slightly. Let me tell you why. Because they want Jim Carrey, but I guess he's unavailable. I guess he's working on the new Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2 movie. Like, you know, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to get this guy named Evan Peters. He kind of has the similarities as Jim Carrey. They might bring him on board, who knows. But his name is Evan Peters. If you guys don't know who he is, Google him. And but hey, you know what? Ace Ventura 3, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. You got to bring back Carrey. If you request a lot of money, you pay him. You know, this is Jim Carrey we're talking about, okay? The Pet Detective, okay? You can't go wrong with Jim Carrey in a role like this, especially reprising the role after so many years. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. You know, in other news, Emma Watson from the Harry Potter franchise secretly retires. Of course, she wants to focus on family. She wants to, you know, focus on her husband and stuff like that. So she secretly retires. So the rumors of the new Harry Potter film coming out with all the original cast, as of right now, it looks like just Daniel Radcliffe and a few others might come back. But who knows? Maybe she'll make an exception and come back for that film. Or maybe she's just going to have her family, you know, raise her family for a while. Maybe she'll come back later on. She's still young, so who knows what might happen with that. I want to change the subject, talk a little bit about wrestling. Wrestling, what they used to call it. And AEW news, believe it or not. Sting, you know, Sting, the ultimate icon. Sting, believe it or not, taking his first power bomb about a little under 2 weeks ago. That was pretty impressive. 61 years old. The guy slammed him hard onto the ground, and a lot of people are like, "Wow, he's taking bumps." Well, that's because he's been cleared to wrestle. He's going to be wrestling from here on out in AEW. He signed a multi-year deal with the company, so you know he's gonna be doing his thing and stuff like that. He's got my support. I think it's pretty cool to see Sting back in the squared circle. I've been a fan ever since WCW back in the late '90s, and also, believe it or not, the Big Show just signed, aka Paul White, which is his real name, just signed a multi-year contract with AEW. He's gonna be also on commentary and in the ring wrestling. So it's pretty cool. I think it's good. Good business move right there. The reason he left the WWE is because they were treating him bad. He wanted more money. They didn't want to give him more money. They wanted to give him less than what he was getting. And, you know, they just, you know, didn't treat him very well on his way out. So he decided to make the jump to AEW, and that's where he's at right now. So for those AEW wrestling fans, this is going to be something interesting, something different. So look forward to that. We might even get Shaq versus Big Show finally. You know, well, Paul White. We might even get that giant versus giant matchup that people have been wanting for years. Now Shaq is actually in AEW. He's still doing commentary for ESPN, but I'm talking about he actually is going to be in the ring with Cody Rhodes coming up in a few weeks or something like that. They're supposed to fight each other. I don't know what's going to happen there. But yeah, just wanted to spread a little wrestling news for you guys. And believe it or not, still to come, great performance by Marsfield and friends. And coming up next, a great movie review, Back to the Future Part 2. Great Scott! This is going to be great. Oh my God. Did I say crate? Yeah. Get a little excited. I kind of mixed the words up. Anyways, we'll be right back. Jack. It is movie night review time, people. And we are going to talk about Back to the Future, believe it or not. The greatest time traveling trilogy of all time. You guys cannot go wrong with it. Believe it or not, you can't. You really can't. And let's start off by saying how great of a film this is. This is, without a doubt, the greatest trilogy of all time. Part 2, per se, is just unbelievable film. I mean, it just starts off with a bang, ends with a bang. Everything about this movie, bang. And like I said, great Scott, we got a great review in front of us. 66% of Rotten Tomatoes. That is amazing. It should have been at 100. I mean, this movie was just so good. There was nothing wrong about it. Where can you go wrong with Back to the Future Part 2? Nowhere. Nowhere. It's just an amazing film. Did about $40 million at the budget. Grossed over $336 million at the box office. Made a huge profit. Not bad for a 1989 film. Actually, the third highest film of the year, believe it or not. The movie pretty much has Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd playing Doc Brown, Leah Thompson playing Lorraine. Then you also have Thomas F. Wilson playing Biff, Griff, you name it. There's a bunch of them. But yeah, it's just an amazing film. And I want to start off from the beginning. I mean, this film starts off with a bang. Doc Brown picks up Marty McFly and Jennifer, played by Elizabeth Shue. And they take, Doc Brown takes them to the future because something needs to be done about their kids, Marty. And then one thing leads to another. Marty McFly actually fixes the situation at hand with Griff, the future Griff, of course, in 2015. And, you know, one thing leads to another. They fix the situation. Marty McFly finds the almanac in a store. He even visits Cafe 80s, which is one of the best scenes in the movie. You got Michael Jackson, the Beat It song. Beat it, beat it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it's an amazing scene, especially in the Cafe 80s, they have the Pepsi Max, which didn't become available in Europe until 1993, and of course in 2007 in the United States. So that's pretty cool, Pepsi Max. I'm not a fan of it, but it's pretty cool. Also, the movie just progresses from there. One thing leads to another, and believe it or not, Biff, the old Biff, finds out something's not right here. He finds out there's two Marty McFlys in the future, Marty McFly and his son. And he's like, oh, what? There's two of them. And then he sees the time machine. Then he realizes something's going on. He gets in the time machine when Doc Brown and Marty McFly take Jennifer to her. You know, what they need to do is they need to go get Jennifer. I'm sorry, because the cops ended up taking Jennifer after she was found unconscious next to Cafe 80s. And they took her to her current address in the future, where she currently lives with Marty McFly in the future as their older selves. And then one thing leads to another. Doc Brown and Marty McFly need to go get Jennifer. As they go get Jennifer, and while she's in the house meeting her future self, I'm old. One thing leads to another, and Biff takes the DeLorean, goes to 1955, alternates the past, changes the past, and he becomes a rich man because he has the almanac. The same almanac that Doc Brown threw in the trash because he didn't want Marty McFly going back to the past and pretty much changing the future, you know, doing this and that. Anything Marty McFly would have done would have changed the future regardless. Even if he would have won money, it would have not been the same. So, one thing led to another, and now that Biff's this big time guy in the past, Marty McFly and Doc Brown, you know, they got Jennifer. They bring her back to 1985, believe it or not, and they leave her at her doorstep. Marty McFly realizes there's a gate. There's a bunch of bars on the window and stuff like that. And he's like, this is weird. He goes to his house. There's a new family in there. He doesn't know what's going on. Everything's been changed. The streets are deserted. It's a bunch of cars trashed. And, you know, one thing leads to another. He gets chased out of the house. He bumps into the principal, Mr. Strickland, who says the school's burned down 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. And so Marty McFly is just going crazy. He finally goes to Trump Tower. Well, you can say that because Biff owns the whole tower and stuff like that. It looks like Trump Tower. Believe it or not, Biff was actually based on this guy, you know, the rich guy in this film, was based loosely on Trump at the time. And believe it or not, so Marty McFly goes in, boom, he meets the mother again. She's out there, you know, like, yeah, she had a lot of work done. And then one thing leads to another. The movie progresses from there. Unbelievable stuff happens. Marty McFly meets up with Doc Brown and says something's not right. And then Doc Brown realizes Biff was in the car. He must have went back to 1955, changed stuff up, and that's what led to the alternate reality that they live in right now in 1985. So they had to find out how to go back in time to change it. So Marty McFly meets up with Biff, and he interrupts his little bath with these little ladies he's with, and then Biff spreads everything to Marty before trying to kill him. And then Marty gets back with Doc Brown. They go back to 1955. They have to try their best to get this book, the almanac. Once they can find that book that the old Biff brought the young Biff, then there's a possibility that they can reverse what has happened and hopefully everything goes back to normal. In fact, in the movie, believe it or not, George McFly, they announced that he's dead. The reason they announced that he's dead in the film is because this is all because of what happened in real life. The character Crispin Glover, George McFly, the real person that plays him is Crispin Glover, and he wanted more money to come back for this film. He didn't get what he wanted. He had a big falling out with director and writer Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. He really had it going on with Bob Gale at the time, and one thing led to another. And they didn't want to offer him more money to come back. They actually lowballed him and gave him less money. I guess he thought he was bigger than everybody else. Well, you know what? You guys got to read about this online. It's pretty crazy stuff. It was a legal battle. They settled out in court. Long story short, he's not in the film. They used someone else with his facial prosthetics and everything else to make it look like George McFly from the first movie. That's what Crispin Glover was suing about because they used his likeliness. I understand that part, but it happened. What are you going to do? They settled. That's just the way it is. But what happened is that in the movie, they find out that Marty McFly's dad, George, died. So when they find out he died, this was, of course, when Biff went back and changed reality. He pretty much killed George McFly so he could end up with Lorraine. And that's exactly what happened. So, one thing leads to another from there. It's a very good movie from start to finish. They finally get the book. They finally reverse what happened. And it's just an amazing film. Those of you who haven't seen it, sorry for spoiling it for you, but hey, you should have saw the movie already. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're waiting for. Why are you watching this review if you haven't seen the movie? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, so many things happens in this film. It's just an amazing film from start to finish. Believe it or not, director Robert Zemeckis didn't want to make this film. At first he did part one, and at the end of the movie he had Doc Brown coming back. It was kind of like a joke at the end, like it was a little, to make fun, a little joke. And then, we gotta bring you back to the future we gotta do something about your kids. That wasn't supposed to lead to anything, but because, because fans and the company, that made Back to the Future, there was a lot of people wanting it, so they decided, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale decided, let's do it, let's make this film. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly how it became to be. Marty McFly, aka Michael J. Fox, didn't know he was going to be in the sequel until he saw the ending of the movie on VHS while he was watching, and he said, to be continued. And he was like, am I going to be in the sequel? He had to call up Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale to confirm if he was going to be in the sequel, because he did say to be continued after part one. And then of course after part two it said to be concluded, which came part three, where they go back to 1885, which is equally as good. But yeah, I'm telling you, this movie definitely has everything from start to finish. There's a wild ride. There's not a miss point in this film. Speaking of miss points, Michael J. Fox actually forgot how to ride a skateboard in the film. Yes, believe it or not, even though it was a 4-year gap between part 1 and part 2, he forgot how to ride a skateboard. And what happened is that this was the early symptom of Parkinson's disease, which he currently has right now to this day. And I hope they find a cure. He has that foundation, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So anybody interested in helping out that cause, just go to the website. But yeah, it's definitely a good cause for Michael J. Fox and many others that are living with that situation, that serious disease. Believe it or not, this was the first role for Elijah Wood, the little boy that was playing that older Western shooting game that was in 80s Cafe. I think it was called Wild Cowboy, something like that. Well, that was his first role and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. He's from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So yeah, that's something right there. Also in this film, the clock tower that Doc Brown was stepping on and broke, a little piece that broke off the clock tower, is still broken today. Believe it or not, it was still broken back in 2015 when they went back to visit the set, and still to this day it's still broken right there on the lot. So I think that's pretty cool. Also in the movie, a big earthquake, believe it or not, hit Hill Valley, the actual production of where Hill Valley was taking place, and it happened during the time when everybody was having dinner. In the scene where they put the little pizza in the oven and the big pizza comes out, and it's pretty cool. That would have been cool if that would have really happened in real life. I mean, hey, who wouldn't want a pizza to be done in seconds? But yeah, and luckily nothing was damaged. The earthquake hit, nothing was damaged. A lot of the producers and directors said they were very worried that a lot of the stuff was damaged, but nothing was. The set was still up there and good to go. Believe it or not, it cost less money to build Hill Valley, the whole town, than it did to rebuild it after they had to destroy it for the 1985 scene where Marty McFly goes back to 1985 and he sees that everything's changed because Biff has control. So the whole town is destroyed. So for them to destroy that, it costs more money to rebuild. A lot of people probably didn't know that. But yeah, how many things came true in this movie? Like, for example, the hoverboard. We have that, I guess what you can call it, a hoverboard. It has 2 wheels. It's not really hovering besides the middle part of it. Do we have flying cars? No, we don't. But there's rumors that it might be coming out in the future, so look forward to that. Also, what else is going on? Hey, the Cubs won the World Series not in 2015, but in 2016, so that's not bad. They did it a year late, but that was pretty cool. I thought that was close enough to reality. They got the sneakers, the new mags, came out a few years ago. They were part of the charity and for the foundation of the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's disease. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with that stuff. What's coming true, what's not. But hey, if they ever make a new movie, which I know they won't, and I respect their decision because it won't be as good as the old ones, no doubt about it. But if they ever did, do not go to the year 2020. Or we can go back to 2015, just try to get Trump out of office. That'll be nice. We don't want that to happen again. It's one of the all-time greats. You can't go wrong with this. Great characters, great story, great everything. And once again, I want to thank you guys for tuning into Movie Night Review. That's going to be it for that. Coming up next, we got a great music performance by Marsfield and Friends. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back, and believe it or not, we have the finale, the big finale. Marsfield and Friends, take it away.
done. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. Tougher than diamonds, rich like cream, stronger and harder than a bad girl's dream. Make a bad one good, make a wrong right. Power of flower, keep you home at night. Don't need money, don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. Strong and it's sunny and it's cool sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. Ooh, the power of love. First time you feel it might make you sad. Next time you feel it might make you mad. You'll be glad, baby, when you found that's the power to work around. Don't take money, don't take fame. Don't need no credit card. something till you feel that's power. Feel the power of love. That's power. Feel the power of love. Yeah. Feel the power of love. Feel the power of love. Can you feel it? Feel the power of love. Feel the power of love. We sure feel. Oh yeah.
Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
What the hell is going on here?
That was awesome, guys. That was awesome. Thank you guys for being back on this show. You guys are without a doubt the real deal. You guys are such a great band. Like, I mean, Stacey, Olivér, you guys are the real deal. Everybody that's associated with the band, you guys are awesome. You just make this band really great. And man, that was an amazing performance. If any of you want to find any more information about Marsfield and Friends, their links are going to be below, so go check them out. They are the real deal. You guys are going to enjoy their content. Follow them on social media, everywhere. These guys, unbelievable, unbelievable. Thanks again, appreciate it. And once again, happy birthday to Stacey Marsfield. You are the man. But yeah, like I said, that's going to be it. That's going to wrap this up. Saturday night's special. And believe it or not, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe, share, do what you can. I appreciate it. The subscriber count is keep going up, so I appreciate it. Whoever subscribes to me, I will subscribe back to you. You got my word on that. I always keep my promise on that. And that's it. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be back on Saturday or Monday. Stay tuned with my social media so you can get the updates as we go along. And that's about it. So until then, I'm going back to the kitchen. Getting a little hungry in here. Yeah. Where's my DeLorean? Oh yeah. See you guys later.
Don't take fame. Don't need no credit card or ride this train. Strong and it's sunny and it's cool sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love.